What up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hopefully, everybody's having an awesome week. Trying to just get over the hump, get us into the weekend, get us one step closer to the season opener for the United Grid League, which got a few weeks and we're going to be kicking off in Miami. But before we get things rolling tonight, got to pay the bills, got to make sure and keep the lights on, keep the air flowing because it's getting hot out there in Florida. Tonight's episode is brought to you by the Mental Game Performance Coaching. Jesus One Apparel, got that new good stuff. Chinook Seeds, best sunflower seeds in the game, and Old Dominic Distillery. Bills have been paid now. Now we got to get to the show. We got to talk rookies, and we got to talk rookies with probably the Palms. One of the guys that I'm really excited for because I'm not gonna wait. Let's talk to Clark Lawson of the South Beach Palms. Clark, I'm pumped up tonight, man. First, let's start with this. How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing great. Doing great. A little rainy here in Knoxville, but that's all right.
That is good. I'm excited tonight because for the first time, I was told a story from someone who said, you really need to have Clark Lawson from the Palms on. Clark listens to the show. He enjoys the show. He knows everything about the players. He's into Grid League. Like, he's that guy. And I was like, I felt good. And it's nice when people like hit me up on social media. They like what I put out there. They appreciate everything. But it comes full circle when someone else tells you they heard someone else talking about your show and they listened to it. And that was before I had any idea that you were even in the league. And that was, something that was coming down the pipe. But I had no idea about you. But first and foremost, man, I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you being a part of the interaction and the engagement because I love the sport.
It's evident. Evident. All the praise to you guys, it's been earned for sure. So,
well, thank you. So let's get into this, man. You are a CrossFit level 2 coach. You USAW level 1 athlete experience manager. I don't know. Is that what does that mean at CrossFit Courageous? What does that mean? Like,
you know what? What's funny is basically I'm a utility player. I kind of do whatever needs to be done here at the gym. That's climbing a ladder, putting the ropes up, coaching classes, filling in, personal training, programming, any and everything. I'm your guy. So it's kind of funny. My day job, utility player, and then also with the Palms, utility player. So,
gotcha. So you've decided to join the Palms, and we'll get into the why and the how. But you're now a much busier man because in a few weeks things are going to kick off. So, obviously we got to know how that comes to be. So let's start with kind of your journey through fitness. Where do you find fitness? Is it through sport? Is it as a kid growing up? Like where do you fall in love with fitness?
Man, so growing up, I was always the fat kid. When I was 11 years old, I was super big, over 200 pounds. I played sports, I did all the stuff, but I never was really super good at anything. Just kind of did it because my friends were doing it, or, that's what my mama or my mom wanted me to do. And so when I was 11, I was, like I said, super big, and I was told, hey, you should do CrossFit. That'll help you lose weight, make you feel a little bit better about yourself. You need to do CrossFit. So I joined this gym, shout out Absolute Fitness back in La Follette, Tennessee. I had my coach, Tim Zupanjic. He was my first CrossFit coach. And for my first 3 years, dude, hated every second of it. No kid wants to be, doing burpees, especially no fat kid. And so after a couple of years, things started to click, started getting better at things. I started to really love and fall in love with the barbell. So I started doing Olympic weightlifting stuff, and then I got pretty good at that. Got to go to the national championship in Las Vegas and compete there, and got second place there, which was awesome. And then I come back, and then I had some colleges look at me for weightlifting. So I went off to college and competed 1 year collegiately, got to do Wadapalooza as a teen in Miami, and then got the opportunity to go out of state and run a CrossFit gym. And then now I'm in another state working at a CrossFit gym. And yeah,
For
just kind
for
of every,
someone who hated for someone who hated CrossFit for 2 years,
yeah.
you you're all in, man.
Oh,
That
no.
it's
There's
your
no,
life, you know?
yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Literally never was an idea at all. Never at all. I went 3 times a week growing up when I was 11 and just did it to, check the box. And then I started seeing results, started getting better, had some people, really like speak life into me and be able to encourage me and to uplift me. And it really meant a lot to me. Had some good mentors, still do.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I love the most about CrossFit, and people can say what they want about it, but it really does change people's lives. And
Yeah.
I don't mean from a sense like for you, from a physical sense, like, yes, it got you in shape. You started feeling better about yourself from a mental health standpoint to a physical health standpoint. Those markers were met. But it also provides a sense of structure. It also provides you an escape from whatever it is that's out there that you might be fearful of, that you're
Yeah.
afraid of, that brings you down. Um, you know, but it also you find people that you love. You find a community of people that care. And I've been to numerous gyms. CrossFit gyms have that power that I can't explain it unless you go into it.
Yeah.
And so I can see why you wanna be a coach, you wanna manage, you wanna run a gym. Like, do you wanna own your own gym?
Man, for the longest time, yeah, I always thought I would do that. Actually, when I was at my college, Mars Hill University, I had someone approach me and was like, "Hey, you should start a CrossFit club at the college." And so we became a nonprofit affiliate at Mars Hill. It's still active right now, even though I'm not there anymore. I do the programming for them, and that was just like, and I still have community there. So I had got a little pocket of gym ownership in that way by starting an affiliate at my college, and that was for staff, faculty, and students. And so that was awesome. I literally had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that people weren't doing CrossFit there and that they should. And so we started there. We partnered with a CrossFit gym in the area, and it was great. Still going on right now, still active. And I'll pop in every so often. But it's just, like I said, it's changed people's lives there and in ways I never even expected at all. And so to answer your question, yes, don't know when that will be. But yeah.
Soon enough, man. I have a feeling because I mean, look at you. You've created this club that is still going today that you're putting your small stamp on changing people's lives. And it's almost like you're paying back to people what it gave to you, which is a
Oh,
full
yeah.
circle, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able to do that. Um, so obviously, a lot of fitness in your life.
Yeah.
Grid is a component of that life and a component of fitness nature. And how do you come across grid?
Okay. So like most people, you see it on Instagram. And so I was like probably 14 or 15 years old, and I'm seeing all these crazy flips on the rings. I'm seeing them do triple touches, double touches, all these crazy things. And then I start watching it on YouTube. I watch the broadcast, and I'm getting into it. And I remember literally when I was like 16, trying triple touches and double touches on the rig and just trying to do that. When I moved to Knoxville, when I moved into the city of Knoxville and started working here at Courageous, um, I was like adamant, okay, I'm going to try and do the grid trials. I think can kind of do some of the stuff they can do. I don't know what level, but I think I can do it. I think I can hang. So I bought the $25 or whatever it is for the grid trials that came with the ebook of like the different practices, like the different workouts and whatnot. So I bought that, had been doing that. And a member at my gym, he lives in Knoxville, Mark Short, he's the owner of Thick Boy. Shout out Thick Boy. Uh,
Shout out.
yeah, he is a member here at Courageous, and I was talking about doing the grid trials, and he's like, "Bro, let me make a phone call. Let me talk to somebody." I'm like, "Okay." And so I literally within 5 minutes, I get a text from Briley, and she's like, "Hey, I'm Briley Hanson, owner and coach for the South Beach Palms. Mark from Thick Boy said that you were interested in trying grid. We need a utility player." And then the rest is history. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I gotta apologize to Mark. He's they've been hitting me up on social media, and it's been crazy, and I do want to have a chance to talk to him. But Mark, if you're listening, I apologize, brother. I will be reaching out to you guys soon. I promise. Got
Or
much love for you. It's been crazy on my end, but no excuse. I got to get back to you. But so just as simple as that, do you end up doing the trials, or do you
no,
do something
no,
separate
no.
based on
Briley
Briley's
basically was,
recommendation?
yeah, Briley basically was like, I need you to film you. I need you to film yourself doing XYZ. Send it to me, and then we can chat after that. I sent her like some front squats. I think I sent her a video of me clearing a ladder. I did some double touches, triple touches, and then I showed her like some triple unders and some forward rolls on the rings. And she was like, "Hey, when can you call?" And I was like, "I can call this time." And then she basically was like, "I'd love to have you." And so I was like, "Okay, great." So that was, yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, doesn't get much easier than that, but I mean, you send a couple videos and make a phone call, and boom, there you go. But
Yeah.
that's that network that I was talking about with CrossFit, that you meet
Exactly.
so many people and you never know how these relationships are going to help pave the way. And that relationship with Mark helps pave another avenue for you. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pretty awesome. When you are, yeah, when you are finding grid and you're watching it for the first time, do you think to yourself, I'm going to be out there doing that?
Oh man. Honestly, no. I I I mean, it's a different level, and I found that out during training camp as well. But like, you watch it on YouTube, on TV, like it's insane. The level of athletes in grid are incredible, and I'm I'm not a doubter in myself, but like, I don't know, especially growing up, being the fat kid, you still have that level of insecurity. And so I was like, there's no way I can make it. And then I was like, I got encouraged by, there's a lady here, the owner of the gym. She did grid way back in the day. And then another guy who was on a practice squad for the San Francisco Fire. He's like, dude, just do it. Just do the grid trials. It doesn't hurt. And so that's why I was wanting to try it.
What's
And then
what's the worst that they could say? No?
exactly, exactly. And so, but now after going to training camp, after, Briley's been super good about, ever since I've been on, we had like weekly assignments. And so that just added a level of camaraderie between the teammates. Um, and, uh, and so ever since that in the training camp, I've really felt, um, a lot more confidence and a lot more of a level of belongingness on the team as well.
So you're doing practice virtually. Did you go in person for a training
Yeah.
camp, or was
Yep.
it
Yep.
virtually as well?
Yep. We flew down to
So
Florida. Yeah.
so you do all this and you start, do you have any doubts once you get there, or do you feel like, oh man, like I feel in my element?
Man, I was a nervous wreck going down there. It was, my fiance, she was trying to encourage me and build me up. But I was super nervous. I mean, of course I knew I'm not like dumb. I knew I could do it. Like I wouldn't put myself out there, and Briley wouldn't, have signed me if if I couldn't have done it. But there's always a level of doubt, and you see people like Artur, and I'm seeing people like Brett, and um, you know, all those, even Briley, like all those people on the team that I've been watching on TV and YouTube and Instagram for a couple years now, and now I'm standing there in person as their peer. And so it just took me a second because like we were eating dinner one night, and I'm just sitting there, we're eating dinner, and they're just all normal people, and I'm just like, I had to take a second because like this is so surreal because I can't even believe I'm there, and they're all just normal people.
It is. It's very strange. Like for me, interviewing the athletes, they all seem larger than life. And then when you
Yeah,
get out there on the grid, they're all big and they're exactly what you would picture almost larger than life. But
yeah,
then their personalities are just not larger than life. They're so down to earth. Everyone is so nice and like they cut up and they're just normal people. And so
yeah,
like it's good to hear you have that experience because I think that might get lost in the culture and the family and just the dynamic that these teams bring to individual athletes because there's no surprise that athletes stay on teams for a while because they love the family part that it brings. And
right,
so for you coming from Knoxville down to Miami to do a training camp, I can see how there can be anxiety and fear, but knowing you got people there that have your back, especially people that have been on the grid and have done it and that are working with you and supporting you, that's got to mean a lot. Um, what has the learning curve been like after these practices in this training camp?
just learning like I know grid pretty much, you know, because been watching it, but just like stuff that a normal viewer wouldn't know, like especially on like partner forward when we're doing, you got to stand in this hash mark, you know, you got to stand here, you can't go at this time, yada yada. That um, took a couple times to walk through. Jess really helped me a lot. She like basically walked the side of the grid we had made and just was like, all right, you're going to stand here next. And then on mirror, the transition with the barbell, how it's different and whatnot. I mean, in a CrossFit class, we're not making a human rack and going down uh, a grid, and so that's been different. I've been having some guys here
Yeah.
at Courageous help me with that after training camp, and just been practicing that because just little things like that can make a huge difference in actual match day. So
Oh yeah, you'll see. You'll find out transitions are key.
yeah,
Transitions are huge.
yeah,
When you're talking about a matter of seconds, in the ability to stay ahead in a race or catch up in a race or fall behind in a race,
yeah,
sometimes it's not the speed of the reps that has a lot to do with it, but it's transitions. It's
correct,
moving and not having faults, and especially when you come out of the gate with a partner forward that it's like this finely tuned dance where your coordination and communication with the athlete that you're working with is so key. And then your transition on and off the grid is important too. So yeah, I can see, from your standpoint how those little, because like you said, you're comfortable with the barbell. It has nothing to do with the movement of the barbell. It's all the other little things that go
yeah,
with actually getting the barbell. I mean, even from a standpoint of when you're in mirror and you're holding a barbell and you're doing the reps, sometimes when it's your turn to transition away from doing reps to racking or holding the bar, how you grab the bar and how
oh
you're
yeah,
delivering the bar and how you're passing the bar, all of those things have to be in your mind. And so it's a lot. And so
right, yeah.
from a rookie standpoint, it it seems like I hear you say like those are the little things that are going to be the most challenging. It's not necessarily the movements, it's all the other smaller components that go with it.
Yeah, just being as confident in doing the transitions and carrying and all the things as I am, just as confident as I am doing the movement. I'm confident
Right.
doing the hang cluster. I'm confident doing a shoulder overhead. I'm confident doing a devil's press. Now I need to be just as confident in those transitions as well, because that's part of grid speed through the entirety of the race, not just the movement.
Yep. What do you what are you looking forward to most in a match? First
Oh
match, what's key? Like, what are you looking for?
man, I'm excited about Mirror. I'm really excited about Mirror because I don't know, really, dude. I'm excited about just being there. Uh, Mirror is going to be fun because, like I said, I like a barbell, um, and uh, and the guys on the team have just been super super supportive and teaching me and all the little ins and outs and transitions and whatnot. Um, but no, and I think, I mean, that's right after partner forward. We'll have a race under my belt. I'll have a little bit less nerves and I'll feel ready to go.
Yeah, out the gate, partner forward. It's highly debated on whether that is should be the first thing out of the gate, but I like it. I think it sets
Yeah.
a really good tone for fast action movement and coordination and the team component and you working with another player and it's male and female together. Like I like all that the partner forward brings. I think it's a really good snapshot of what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to see the rest of the match. Um, what's your goal? What's your personal goal or expectation for yourself for this first season?
Just be a utility player, just to be able to help and support everyone on the team in whatever capacity I can. Um, I told Briley, I'm like, Briley, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Like there has to be no rhyme or reason. If you don't want me to do one thing, totally cool. If you want me to do something, I'm going to give it everything I can. But yeah, just to be able to be a utility player and just to help in any area on the grid that I can.
Definitely. What do you expect the emotion to be like knowing that you watched this and you followed it and now you're a part of it? What do you expect the emotion to be like when you first step on the grid for the first time? And maybe it's during the anthem, maybe it's during warm-ups, or maybe it's in, the first race that you enter and reps are being counted. But what do you think that's gonna feel like?
Oh man, I don't know. Like I've done some high level comps, and you know that when you first step on there, it kind of feels like you're going in slow motion.
Yeah,
Like you can't hear anything. It's just you out there, and I kind of expect it to be the same way. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, my sensor on my light went off.
there we go.
There we go. There we go.
Nice. Setting the tone.
Yeah,
Setting the tone. Is there any particular matchup that you're looking forward to? Obviously, May 23rd in Miami, you guys are gonna, for all intents and purposes, the Palms are at home. You're gonna be taking on a Bandits team, a team that is now a year developed. They have a lot of the same athletes coming back, which is key.
hmm
They have a few new athletes that are coming in. The Palms are an established team. While they have a lot of the core there, they do have a ton of new people joining. So, is that the match that you're looking forward to the most, or is there another matchup that you're like, man, I can't wait to see what they're all about?
man. I think this first one's gonna be a lot of fun. It's the um, opening match for the entire season. Like we get to play the Bandits, which is going to be a lot of fun. Um, I think it's just going to set the tone for us as a team for the rest of the season. We're going to be at every single location throughout the regular season. We'll be in New York, we'll be in Lakeland, we'll be in Miami, and we'll be in Dallas. And so I'm excited for us to just set the tone. We've got a probably I fact check me, but we've got the biggest roster the Palms have ever had, and we've got a lot of super fit guys and gals on the team, and I'm excited for that first one, just to set the tone, let the league know that we mean business this year, and we have a lot more well-roundedness than we have in years past.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Briley I don't know, maybe a couple months ago on the show,
Yeah.
and that was one of the things I asked her. I said, "Well, okay, what are you looking to be different?" And she's like, "I'm going to build a bigger roster. I want to have more people." And she said almost exactly what you said was, "I want to have the largest Palms team that I've had. I want to have
Yeah.
options." Um, you know, got some shouts out. Set the tone. Clark and the Palms going to
Yeah.
crush those Bandits. All right,
Let's go.
Max. All right. Definitely. Um, for you, is it what would let's say the Palms have an opportunity to contend for a championship? We'll call it playoffs. Um, why do you think that can happen? Why can the Palms contend for a championship outside of having more options and more players? What is it about this team that you've seen so far?
Man, the second I came into training camp, I expected there would be a little bit, um, I don't know the right word for it, but I've been in team sports before, and it takes a little bit to kind of mesh, especially meeting new
Yeah,
people. It's a different year. We've all in kind of different stages of life. It's taken a little bit to mesh. When we got to training camp, Artur was like, "Yeah, we'll probably spend like a little bit of the day, explaining expectations, yada yada." No, we went right into training, and it was awesome, dude. Like it was an incredible weekend of training. Everyone just felt like I feel like I've known these people for years. I mean, I've watched them on TV and YouTube for years, but like getting to know them, it felt like we'd been friends for years, and just been able to mesh. I was really really impressed with, and just the ability to get things done and move fast. That's what grid's about, and we were able to do that weekend and get a great practice.
nice. What would you say the hardest part of being in the grid league is?
The hardest part of being in the grid league, oof. Um, Man, right now, I think this is kind of a weird stage. Like everyone's ready for that first match,
Yeah.
and for me, like comparison, which I mean, that's anything in life, but like, you're watching people do videos, and I know how Artur is. He's like screen recording the videos and getting to the millisecond of how fast this person's going.
Shout
But
out to Artur. That's
yeah,
my guy,
yeah,
man.
yeah, he's a good
I miss him. I gotta reach out to him. I haven't talked to
me.
him in a little bit, so I gotta talk to
Me,
him.
Artur, and Brett stayed in an Airbnb together during training camp weekend, and that was awesome. That was awesome. Uh, but no, like I said, the hardest part for me right now is comparing myself to other people in the league. Especially other rookies coming in. Um, I I'm super competitive, and I want to do well for the team. Like um, I want to be playing, obviously, but I know that this is a team sport, and I know that we have a bigger goal than just individual stuff here. And so, um, I'm like I said, I'm ready for that first match just to get one under my belt and not have to look at other people in the league and compare myself to them. Because as long as the Palms are doing good, I'm doing good.
That's hey, well said, because that ego piece, and I talk to a lot of coaches, and that's the one killer for seasons
Yeah,
is that ego piece,
yeah,
and
yeah. And I
you can
honestly, man, like I said, we meshed so well. I didn't experience that at all. If Bradley was like, "All right, these are the people doing triad," all right, these are the people doing Jack and Jill. Nobody was like grumbling and mumbling. "Oh man, I think I should do it." If that's who Bradley wants in, Bradley is our coach. Bradley knows what's best for us, and she doesn't want to lose. And none of us want to lose either. So that was one thing I saw, that hey, everyone's here for the Palms. We're not here for
yeah,
ourselves.
very true, very true. It seems everybody's ready. Everyone's ready to get going. I mean, that's not just from a Palm standpoint, but from around the league. I mean, that's evident with power rankings that were put out
Yeah.
yesterday. Everyone is ready to go. And I'll say this to everybody. If I misspelled your name, I'm so sorry. Um, If I left you off, I apologize. I just, you know, I'm just trying to get stuff out there. I like doing it. It's something that I enjoy. The power rankings bring a lot of controversy and people have a lot to say, which is awesome. I love that. But excuse me. You currently have the Palms sitting at number 5.
Yeah.
What do you personally think about that? When you looked at that, you're like, screw that guy. He don't know what he's talking about. Or okay, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I love rankings. I think they're cool. Like you said, like I think they're great to get people talking and get content out there, especially as we're getting closer to the season starting. But I'm a Tennessee Vols fan, and I know if we're ranked in the top 25 at the beginning of the season, that doesn't mean anything at all. Nothing's happened yet, and so we could be ranked ninth. I remember one year we were ranked ninth. We played Appalachian State the first game of the season. We almost got destroyed. So rankings don't really mean anything. Like I said, I think they're great getting it out there, but we'll know after the first match where everybody's going to be. And like I said, I'm just ready for us to set the tone and maybe just jump those rankings up a bit.
Yeah, I mean, after week 1, you'll see some moving and shaking for sure.
Yeah.
You know, but I I think it's fair. I think
Yeah.
me being biased creating them, I think they're pretty spot on. And I love the passion when people are like, "Man, we're gonna prove people wrong." Cool. Like I want to be the guy
Yeah.
that's providing
Do it.
bulletin board material for people. Um, when that pans out and you do well, like you can send me some royalties my way and you can appreciate me like for helping your team out. Like I'm doing that. But before we get out of here, is there one location the Palms get to go everywhere this year?
Yeah.
Is there one location where you're like, man, like that's going to be pretty sweet to go to, or is just the focus on Miami on May 23rd?
I mean, right now, obviously, I've been locked in and dialed in on my training for our match against the Bandits here in a couple weeks. Looking ahead, though, my fiance is from New Jersey, and so I'm pretty excited to go up north and to be able to play up there in the American Dream Mall. That's gonna be awesome. So I am excited about that one. But no, like I said though, like locked in, focused for the one in Miami, and then we'll move on to the next one, which I think that's in Lakeland.
It'll
Right.
be in Lakeland. Yep. I'll be a
I mean,
hop, skip, and jump away from me. It'll be a good spot. And then New York and Dallas, and then playoffs. So it's going to be fast. It's going to be furious. We got 10 teams this season. We got the flight that are, shout out to Cody, like putting together a team in as little amount of time as he did.
Oh
and
yeah.
he's got some studs.
I think we played them.
Shout out.
I think we played them in Dallas last match of the regular season.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. It's going to be nice to see the Wolves finally. I feel like we've heard about the Wolves, and Sam and Jen and Lexi are building a crew down there and or up there, and it's going to be sweet to finally see them and what they can do on the grid. So a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of things that we're going to have to wait until week 2 to kind of see how they all pan out, because after week 2 everybody's had action. So Clark, man, I appreciate the time. Before you bounce, anything you want to plug or promote, sponsors, or anything you want to say or ask before we close this thing out?
Yeah. Shout out to Physiolab Physical Therapy here in Knoxville. They're one of my sponsors for the season. Super grateful for Adam and his wife, and then also Amber, whose birthday is today. They do great work. They're inside CrossFit Courageous here and around Knoxville area. So I really appreciate them supporting me this season, and thankful to CrossFit Courageous and to Let's Go Chris. Yeah, Hustle Realty. Also super thankful for CrossFit Courageous and the Big Orange Brawl for sponsoring this season. Big Orange Brawl is a big 3-day comp here in Knoxville. Billy Dodd with the Breakers plays
right,
first
Billy.
place. Yeah, she plays first place. And then Veronica Russell, who is with the Wild this year. She got third place on the women's podium. They're coming back again this year.
Dan's not Coach Jackson. Dan Jackson's not gonna like that. He don't want you telling anybody how good his people are.
Listen, oh yeah,
no data spill.
but no, yeah, the Brawl is going to be a lot of fun this year. Got some big name guys, but yeah, shout out to the Brawl. And then my fiance's birthday is tomorrow, so shout out to Alyssa.
Right, big day.
Yeah,
go Clark. Gonna
thank
do
you.
awesome.
Yeah, that's my future father-in-law right there. So
wow, that's how you know you've got his blessing if he's coming on here and he's giving you shout outs. That's wild, man. That's good stuff. Well, Clark, man, I'm gonna let you bounce out of here. It was awesome to have you. I wish you the best of luck. Can't wait to see you in Miami in a few weeks, man. Hopefully I get a chance to talk to you on the grid and chat and kind of cut up, in between your matches. But brother, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you. If there's anything I can do for you along the way, please reach out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too. That is Clark Lawson, everybody. If you like hearing Clark's story or you just like hearing Average Joe's talk X's and O's, please share the podcast on Facebook. Head over to YouTube, subscribe, notifications. That way you're first to know when new content is dropped. We got a special episode this weekend, Saturday, May 9th, 1:30. We are talking to Mather Wiswall. He is the commissioner of the United Grid League. He's going to talk to us about, a whole plethora of things. And it's your opportunity to ask him questions, your opportunity to get some insight on all of those gripes, all of those things that you really wanted to know. Keep in mind, we got an hour. We got some things that him and I are going to cover, current state of the league. We're going to talk about the changes and how all those went down and came to be. But we inevitably want to get to your questions and your topics. So make sure you're here. Make sure you're logged in and plugged in at 1:30 p.m. on the East Coast. We'll see everybody Saturday for that. And then next Wednesday, we got one of my favorite people coming back on. I think she's been on for Grid. I think she's the guest that's been on the most. The captain of the Southwest Florida Sharks, Chelsea Ranieri, is going to be here Wednesday night. It'll be a little bit later Wednesday. She's got some coaching to do, so we're going to start around 7:45 on Wednesday. So all that'll be out there. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. As always, remember, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We're out.